What is up, everybody? Welcome to Outside the Cage, March 26th. We got a fight night recap for you. A star might have been born. But first, we got to start it off with this. Amanda Ribas, Rose Nunez. Rose wins by decision. What'd you think about that one, brother? You think Rose is back?
Not really, to be honest with you, not one bit. I was texting friends during that fight. One of them told me, bro, Rose just doesn't look the same. And I didn't want to go into detail like I did on the podcast, but I know why. It's because of a guy named Pat Barry, in my opinion. I didn't see Trevor Whitman in the corner. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me, but I think she went full Pat Barry's side in terms of who's going to be her MMA coach, which, as we've said on here before, not a good call. Rose did enough. I think she was much more skilled than Ribas, better fight IQ, has fought better people, but she didn't really get that convincing of a W. Moved up a weight class. I don't really see her making too much headway in that 125 division, to be honest. I think there's 5 or 6 girls in that division that could beat her.
Yeah, I think we talk about all the time, like, obviously for the men's, like, your window's so small, it can happen so fast. I think it's even more so for the girls. Once you just kind of fall off that horse, kind of just hard to get back. She doesn't really have any exciting fights, so it's hard to, like, she's not gonna be the type of person to, like, always get a title shot off a win because you just kinda know how she's gonna fight. Yeah, I mean, I think I said it. She was gonna win by decision, how she won. At this point, I mean, she's still a good name to add to the card. I always like watching Rose fight. I'll never complain. But yeah, as far as her getting back in the title shot, I don't think so.
Yeah, she said she wants the winner of Blanchfield and Fiora this weekend, which wouldn't be a bad fight just because she is that big name. You could definitely promote that, but I think the winner of this is kind of too far ahead of her in that division. It's crazy what one fight can do for your legacy too, because up until that Carla Esparza fight, she was probably the most popular girl fighter on the roster. And then go out there and have one of the worst performances ever. And it was the co-main event of Oliveira Gaethje. 5 rounds of a straight snooze fest. There's nothing that'll make the MMA fans turn on you like that. You could probably commit a pretty bad crime, and people won't hate on you as much as they will in this fight if you put on a performance like that inside the octagon. But it is what it is. I just think she's over the hill. I mean, former champ, though, she's had a great career, made more money than a lot of fighters would ever dream of, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's definitely a legend. But I mean, just like we said, when it's your time, it's your time. Always still a good name to add to the card, but
maybe she grows the hair back out, gets a little hot again.
Yeah, it really is Pat Barry, bro. Just call it what it is.
He ruined her. It's not like her age. It's not like she's too old or anything like that. I just think.
Remember in the Carla fight, he was like, "I don't care about the boost. I don't care about the boost. Keep doing what you're doing." Like, bro, she's fucking losing.
Lost her belt and most of her fans. Lost all of the casual fans. And then even after the fight, he doubled down on it. There in that interview, I think it was on Ariel's show. He's like, the fight went according to plan. We thought we won. It's like, bro, even if you did win, that's not how you want to win in this sport.
Yeah. Couple notables from this card before we get into the big one. Carl Williams beats Justin Taffa, unanimous decision. Big win there for Carl Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Edmund Shabazian knocks out AJ Dobson. Yosef Zalal, big one for featherweight. He's a name to watch in featherweight, bro. I've been big on Yosef Zalal. Subbed Billy Q, big win. Billy Q's a really good fighter in that division. So keep an eye out for Zalal. Obviously, tough division to crack, but he's a sleeper to watch in that division.
Hey, some people would say Zalal's the reason that I died in San Diego because we had to get there for his fight. He was first fight of the night. Otherwise I would have had an hour more to recover. Maybe the UFC should have put him a little higher up on the card.
They did. The UFC did screw you, bro. It was an early start time.
In the West Coast. Like, why would we have that early? I get it if it's on the East Coast, but we're on the West Coast. There's no reason for that.
It's San Diego, bro. Daytime vibes.
I guess. It vibes anytime. Fucking 2 a.m., 6 a.m.
That shit was fun, bro. Best place in America
Same.
for real.
It's got to be coming back up on the schedule because that was what 2 years ago now, or like a year and a
Yeah,
half.
that was fun.
You
Yeah.
got to get
I
another.
I keep forgetting I always, like, in my head, because obviously we went for the fight night, and then we went for my birthday, so in my head, it's all one trip, but I forgot it was 2 separate trips.
Yup. Your birthday Airbnb blew the fight night one away.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
was
that was
we
tough.
were that was a mansion on the beach basically,
Yeah,
bro.
we were going there. Yeah, yeah, there's no bad spot in San Diego, bro. It's
But
so fun, so fun.
the TV got rained on all night long, still
It
worked.
was still on? Yeah, what a time, what a time. Um, the big one we wanna get into, or well, couple of Juicy J, big win. Um, Mick
Yeah, Juicy
Parkin
J
beats
was
Muhammad
a
Usman.
massive win.
What a fall off for Muhammad Usman. What a fall off.
Tough. I think it just goes into our the Ultimate Fighter isn't what it used to be theory because it used to mean something when you won that show. It meant that you were probably going to be a title contender one day,
Yeah,
but just doesn't have that same aura around it anymore. It
yeah,
sucks,
exactly.
but it's true. There was
Um,
one more
Go
fight
ahead.
before we get into the big one. There was, let me see, did I not write that? Oh yeah, Yarno Aarons and Steven Nguyen. I butchered that. Fight of the night at featherweight. It was an absolute war. And Yarno Aarons probably saved his UFC career because he was 0-2 going into this fight. And then Nguyen was making his debut. And they just had an all-out war. Aaron's got the W. They both got 50 Gs though, so they both pretty much got the W, and their stocks both went up. And Yarno's from my home country of the Netherlands, so it's a guy I'm gonna have
Mm,
my eye on for sure.
yeah, definitely.
Is it time to get into Sugar 2.0, as some people are saying?
Are people saying that, or are you saying it?
Dude, on YouTube, I was going to just get some highlight footage for a little video I put together. Y'all see in a bit, and 2 or 3 of the first things I saw said, "Is Peyton Talbot the next Sugar Sean O'Malley?" And
For
I'm
those
not
that
going to
don't
say all
know,
that.
if you were living under a rock, Peyton Talbot beats Cameron Simon. Vicious knockouts, just dropped him a couple times. Looked like a technician on the feet. Um, Simon's a good fighter. He was one of the guys coming up in this division where he was the next young guy, 22, 23 years old. Like, he's the next guy, he's the next guy, he's the next guy. And Peyton Talbot just made him look like different level. We can
Yeah,
show the clip.
yeah. Let's show the clip right now.
Constantly just be rotating from southpaw to orthodox. Good pie shot there.
Yes. Oh. Give me a fight. Give me a fight.
I mean, Talbot just looks like he's found his.
Oh my God! Stepping knee. Another knee. Oh, that hurt the body.
Oh, and an elbow over the top.
Another bell.
Talbot starting to tee off.
Teeing.
Wonder if Chris Tione might stop this one at any.
Of these kicks.
No telegraph.
Right to the body. That second one really.
Cap of all the action on the UFC.
Oh, he's got
my goodness, Peyton Talbot. Now switches to the left.
Tione's got to be thinking about.
Bro, you just see it sometimes. Sometimes you can just see it.
They just sounded different. They just came so quick. Pause. But it was just, yeah. It's been a minute since I've seen someone that young with that creative a striker.
And you want to hear something even crazier? He started training MMA his senior year of high school. And he didn't really take it serious until after his second professional fight. He did wrestle in high school, so he did have some base. It's not like he just walked into the gym and knew nothing. But
Yeah.
this guy has a freakish amount of talent. And he just has that composure in there. That's one of the main things I think we both noticed. He doesn't telegraph shit. He never really looks panicked on his face. Almost looked like he was smiling when he was walking the guy down on some serial killer shit. But Peyton Talbot is a name to look out for. Did you have a next opponent in mind for him? I had a couple that I want to throw on the chopping block.
I want to hear yours because I don't know where to judge it because I don't want to give him like right away. So I'm kind of like in the middle. So I kind of just gave up on it because I was just like I don't know. I knew you would have something for me, so I was waiting on you.
I got you. So I cheated a little bit. There's this website called rankingsmma.com, and it ranks each weight class almost all the way to 100. So you can kind of get a feel for how this thing has non-ranked fighters. And it had Peyton Talbot around 40 for bantamweight. And so I looked around there. You look for a guy that's on a win streak in the UFC, relevant name. And I saw a couple. My first one was Fareed Basharat, but he's 12-0. They're both young, undefeated fighters, so I don't really think they're going to match him up yet. And then I saw the one that I want. I want Peyton Talbot to butcher Brad Katona and end his fucking career. Brad Katona was ranked about 36 on this thing. You know how I feel about Katona. I'm not a fan one bit. And I think this is the perfect opponent for Talbot. It's not too big of a jump. It's not too risky for the UFC. It's a big name, though. Former Ultimate Fighter winner, trains at Connor's gym. We'll get the Irish fans involved. Put him on a pay-per-view. Let him be the second fight on the main card or the main fight on the prelim, something like that.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I think Brad maybe too much of a vet for him.
I was going to say, because there is moments in that Talbot fight where you see he's obviously super skilled, but there were times where he leaves himself open, maybe throws one or two too many punches at the end of the combo as he should have. But I think he's going to tie those knots up quickly because, like I said, he's only been training MMA for 7 or 8 years at this point, which is ridiculous when you watch him fight. I agree, though. That Brad fight would be good. When you think both guys could win, it means it might just be a fight to make.
Yeah, definitely. With this weekend going by,
we got the big one, though, for this fight. It was the second fight of the night, but for this fight night, it probably make the most news. The bite heard around the world.
Yeah.
So let me get the names real quick. Andre Lima and Igor Severino. They were both undefeated flyweights making their UFC debuts, coming off of great wins in the Contender Series. This was a close fight also when this happened. It wasn't a blowout or anything like that. It wasn't like Lima was making it a uncompetitive fight. It was close. And then Severino, out of nowhere, decides that it's a good idea to do this. I have the video.
Fight is over.
Wow, straight fight over.
So that wasn't live. That was a replay. Ref was watching it at the same time. The announcers were kind of confused. They're like, "What? Fight over? No warning? Nothing like that." And here is here's a close-up of the bite mark right after the fact.
My teeth. Yeah. I remember back.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, okay, yeah, come on now. See that?
Okay.
Never mind. See that, okay.
He was warned.
I'm reminded, Paul, of in Fresno when Jason Knight
through the mouth guard. I don't know how that's even possible, but that is terrible.
Yeah, that's tough. First ever, I just got bit bonus.
Yep, I do have a picture of what Lima decided to do after the fact. So Dana White saw this, gave him a $25K. I just got bit bonus. And then Lima posts a picture of this literally hours after it happened. Turned it into
Okay, so when I first saw it, I thought he obviously he did go around the bite, but I didn't think the middle part was a tattoo, but he got the bite tattooed.
Yeah, because it'll probably grow back or whatever.
That makes sense. That shit had to fucking hurt. Getting bit there and the tattoo? Fuck.
Well, again, they're sickos. That's why we love this sport.
That's
fucking then Dana White sees that and he says, "Oh, I gotta give him 50." So he gave him another 25K. So Lima, he got compensated very well for getting bit. Probably the best way to get bit when you get 50K off of it. But yeah, that's just crazy. I keep forgetting his name for Severino. It's not like we're going to need to say it much anymore, but Severino got cut from the roster before the main card had even started. The Nevada State Athletic Commission is withholding his purse, so he's not even getting paid for the fight. Just imagine you wake up that morning, you're an undefeated prospect, ready to make your UFC debut. Probably black out for a moment in the fight. I just want to know what goes on in your head. It's not like he was getting blown out. He just bites him, and he had his back. Like, he was in the better position when he bit him.
Yeah, that's fucking, I don't know. Can't trust them dudes, bro. Screws loose.
Yeah, I'm going to turn on my light real quick because it got dark out of nowhere.
With this week, though, We are 1 weekend closer to the Super Bowl. UFC 300, Pereira and Jamal Hill. The line's already shifting towards Pereira, as I kind of anticipated. On the same thing I was here. Yeah, it's going up. Um, I just Oh, no, it's actually gone down. Okay, here, so we got
Let me check other
our
sites because these are Bet Online and Bovada. Those are like the
no, that's good. We can keep it here. That Justin Gaethje line, yeah. Any line here that sticks out to you?
Charles Oliveira plus 180.
Yeah.
I get it. Saryukian is extremely skilled, and if you look at Islam as their common opponent, and you throw in there that Saryukian was very young in his UFC career when he fought Islam, it's going to be pretty hard for him to beat. But I don't know. You see Charles Oliveira plus 180, especially how the lightweight division's been going lately, with
Yeah.
Justin taking out Saint Denis, with Charles taking out Beneil, with Gaethje taking out Fiziev.
I just wonder why the line is the way it is. I mean, you take away Islam Makhachev, Pereira's still dominant. Knocked out Dariush round 1, subbed Gaethje, subbed Poirier, knocked out Chandler.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see. So his bad loss is Islam Makhachev. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm all over that Oliveira plus 180 there.
Mm-hmm. What about Cody plus 285? He did look better in his last few fights, and it's not like he's old. I think his chin has just kind of gone a little bit. That's the reason that people are knocking
Yeah.
it out.
I think it comes. Do you think Figgy can hurt him?
Yeah, probably. I think Figgy cracks I think he really cracked for a 125er, and I think he probably has about average power for a 135er.
Yeah.
And if Kai Karo is able to knock him out, then Figgy probably could if he can catch him square.
Are you all over Aljo?
Most likely. I want to dive in a little bit more and see how good Cater's takedown defense is, because Sugar Sean might have put a little formula out there. I'm not saying everyone's able to do that, because you have to be very fast and you have to get him to respect your feints. But the recipe's there now for how to dominate Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
One I do like is, I kind of like maybe Holly Holm plus 365 if Kayla has a rough weight cut, because everyone's been saying there's no way that Kayla Harrison's going to make 135. So maybe she's just losing weight right now, trying to change up her whole body type, which at this point may not be an advantage this late in her career. Holly has looked pretty bad lately. She got submitted by Buena Silva, so that is why the line is at what it is. I really like Diego Lopes, even though he's minus 155. He's a guy that I think could make a run in this division, so I'm all over Diego out minus 155. The women's title fight, I like Xianan Yan for that price. It's going to come down to a takedown defense, because I do not think Wei Li is going to want to stand with Yan for the whole fight. Yan is a sniper. She has power. She has knockout power also in her hands. So if Zhang's able to get her to the ground, she'll probably ride it out. Might be a little boring, kind of how her last title defense was.
Yeah.
But if Yan's piecing her, she's going to piece her.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of those ones where it's kind of, I would have it a lot closer, so I kind of have to take the 280. I will say I am all over Justin Gaethje, but it is getting close to where I might have to bet Max Holloway. If it gets 225, which I don't think that's a lot, but if it gets to 225 and above, maybe even 2 will get me, but I think that's where I'm going to have to bet Max.
I'm 100% betting Max just with my heart. That's when I lose my money, is when I bet with my heart, but I can't not bet on the guy. I think he's doing a Volkanovski style bulk right now, where he's doing it smart and he's doing it scientifically. And he's younger than Gaethje. Gaethje's 35. Max is either 31 or 32. This is technically, BMF title fight. Fighters 35 and over. Not very good. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
We'll
that's
keep you guys.
crazy. They threw Leon Bilal on there on the betting.
I know.
Imagine. I don't really think that's going to happen.
No.
Let me see what the odds are for Jalen Turner and Hanato Moicano as well. They didn't make it into the picture. Wow. So we got Jalen Turner opening up around minus 260. Moicano plus
Yeah.
180.
Wow.
And then let me see if there's anything else. Leon and Bilal. I don't think that fight's on this card. I think it'll be on the London pay-per-view. But they have Leon at about minus 200, Bilal about plus 165. I'd agree with that. Probably even bet Leon on that, maybe by knockout.
Yeah. I feel like Leon by decision, but yeah, I'd be all over Leon -2.
Yeah, I'm telling. If any of you guys think Bilal's going to beat him, just go back and watch that first Leon Edwards Bilal Muhammad fight, and you will see why we are so confident in the boy Rocky.
Yeah.
All right, and should we get to this weekend's action in my home state?
Let's get into it. Take it away. It's all you, brother.
UFC is going back to Atlantic City for the first time since 2018. Back in 2018, Edson Barboza and Kevin Lee headlined the card. Kevin Lee won by fifth-round doctor stoppage. This card's had a little turbulence, not going to lie. Originally, Sean Brady and Vicente Luque were supposed to be the headliner. And then the co-main was going to be Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. And then the third fight was going to be Blanchfield and Fiora. So this would have been a banger of a fight night, one of those ones that we're really talking about. I still think it's a solid card, but it's not quite what it could have been. Vicente Luque got rebooked against Joaquin Buckley and got moved down to the co-main event. So he's still on the card, but him versus Sean Brady would have been a lot better of a fight. Main event of the evening, possibly a woman's flyweight title eliminator. We've got Erin Blanchfield from New Jersey fighting in front of the home crowd, 24 years old, taking on the French woman, Manon Fiora. 10-year age difference here. Blanchfield's 24, Fiora's 34. Blanchfield's opening at about not opening. She's coming in as a minus 200 favorite. Fiora's plus 165. What's your take on this one?
I don't know. I want to be all over Blanchfield here, but it's close. It's close. Stay away from me. No number really piques my interest. So yeah, I'm gonna stay away, but I think Blanchfield does get it done.
Yeah, I agree with you. I might bet Blanchfield by submission if she's able to get Fiora to the ground. Fiora's a very technical, rangy kickboxer. We haven't really seen her tested too much, but she has kind of started to go away in the third round of her fights. And this is a 5-rounder. And Blanchfield usually picks it up as the fight goes along. So I feel like in those later rounds, Blanchfield could really have her in hell. Both of these fighters are undefeated. They're both 6-0 in the UFC. They both have one loss on their record, but it's from like one of their first fights as a professional. Blanchfield is actually to your girl, Tracy Cortez.
I know.
Straight baddie. Blanchfield's not bad either, low key. But Blanchfield's last 3 wins, I feel like they're a little bit better than Fiora's. So Blanchfield, she beat Tyler Santos in a close one, Jessica Andrade and Meatball Molly. And then Fiora beat Rose, which was her first fight moving up. And she beat Caitlin Cerminara and Jennifer Maia. So Blanchfield's names kind of stick out to me a little bit more. And I feel like Blanchfield's going to be able to survive Fiora on the feet more than Fiora's going to be able to survive Blanchfield on the ground, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. With you. I'm with you.
I'm all over our girl Erin here as well. And then the co-main event, Vicente Luque versus Joaquin Buckley. Already kind of brought it up why the fight got made. Luque was supposed to take on Sean Brady. Brady pulled out to injury. Buckley stepped in. He did get the news around middle of February, so he's had about a month and a half to prepare. I don't know if you call that a short notice or not, maybe like a mid-notice.
Yeah.
Buckley's on
I'm all over Luque.
Yeah, me too. If you just look at their former opponents, Luque has fought some of the top guys in that welterweight division from previous eras and from this era. He's coming off of a very, very good win versus RDA. And then Buckley, he's kind of beaten the guys he's supposed to beat, but hasn't beaten anyone that would allow him to take that next step. And I think Luque is better on the feet and the ground. You might like the odds here. Luque minus 115, Buckley minus 105.
Yeah, I see that here. Yeah, I'm all over Luque here. I'm gonna get that in as soon as we get off air here.
Yes, sir. And then this next fight, I wish I didn't think the favorite is winning, but he is. We got Bruno Silva taking on Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman, home region fight for him. Opening up as a plus 225 underdog versus Silva, minus 280 favorite. Weidman's had one fight since his nasty leg break, which was almost 2 years ago at this point. He lost to Brad Tavares. And Bruno Silva, this guy's never been knocked out, but he stood in there with Poatan and took some of his best shots, which everyone else has fallen to. And then he fought Shara Bullet, the guy with one eye, in his debut. Yeah. Gave him a very close fight as well. And he's 5 years younger than Weidman. So I hate to say it, but I think Bruno Silva probably KO/TKOs him here.
Yeah, I agree. Good card overall. I like the first, obviously the top 3 fights. Julio Acre, Herbert Burns, interesting one. Andre Petrovsky's on this card as well. So good card all around. Be tuned in. I'm a fan of the live fight night, so I'll be locked in.
Yes, sir. There's one guy that I'm very excited about in the 4th fight of the night. I think this will just be a sweet fight in general. So we got Nursultan Ruziboev taking on Cedricus Dumas. It's 2 opposite types of people here. It's what we love about this sport. Ruziboev, he's from Uzbekistan, trains out of Renzo Gracie in Philadelphia now, and he's 6'5" at the 185-pound division. So this guy is tall. He has 11 wins by KO and 20 by submission. He's 30 years old, and he already has almost 50 professional MMA fights. So this guy has mad experience. And then Cedricus Dumas, he has a lot of fighting experience, but it was in the backyard. It was on the street. He actually was brought up by Jorge Masvidal. He fought in Game Bred Promotions before he was in the UFC. He lost via guillotine choke in his UFC debut, and he just looked a lot less experienced than the other guy. And I kind of think that's going to happen again here. You look at 50 fights versus 10 professional fights for Dumas, and I'm all over Ruziboev here. He is a minus 270 favorite, so I guess Vegas is as well.
Yeah, good card. How's your March Madness been?
It was great up until Baylor lost. Baylor losing really took the steam out of it for me. And it's not like I was even that big on them. It's more a family thing because my sister goes there. Dad really likes them. Felt like I just had to ride. And they do it. They did have talent. What about you? You've been sniping?
I was decent until Saturday, Sunday. All the favorites wanted to start winning. So I bet all underdogs. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I bet on all underdogs. But Thursday and Friday, I was up like 450. Friday night, all the last 3 underdogs cashed. Grand Canyon, James Madison, Utah State. So I was on top of the world. And then come Sunday, I was up $10. So not down, but could have been a big weekend if underdogs would have got some done. First year, really true Cinderella. I mean, you can count NC State, but they're a Power 5 conference champion. So are they really underdogs?
Yeah. If you beat Duke and North Carolina in your conference tournament, it's hard to call you an underdog. But
that's why I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be Oakland.
Bro. What's the white shooter's name? Golke?
Yeah.
See him doing the TurboTax ads right after the game. I respect that. That's smart moves right there. Take advantage of it.
Bro, it is 1,000%, not even close, the greatest 4 days in sports and the greatest like postseason tournament in the world, without a doubt.
By a mile. Every year, I start to think something else could creep in, but then when March comes around, there's nothing like it.
It's not even close, bro. That Thursday and Friday, because it's just like during the week, it's middle of the day, like 9 a.m. Like it's just like there's something about not going to work on Thursday and Friday at 10 a.m. and just having a drink. It's just the greatest.
Bro, even Saturday, Sunday, it didn't quite feel like Thursday, Friday. I was like, there's not enough games on right now.
Yeah.
I need more.
Yeah, bro, it's the greatest.
What about Clemson? I don't think they're very good. If you looked at their team picture, you'd be like, these guys are not in the tournament, but they are, and
Yeah.
they're kind of just doing the thing out there.
Yeah. I think it's just a testament to playing in such a tough conference. Like these teams are battle tested.
Yeah,
Like obviously you look at NC State, you look at Clemson, like ACC. You think ACC, you think obviously Duke, North Carolina, and then those two. But then those two you just kind of snuck in. But yeah, I mean, it's just you play so many big games a year. It's just when you come, you've been here before.
yeah. Dude, do you think NC State has a real shot with that big man?
I think they can win, bro. For real.
Bro, I want to see him and Edie go at it. I think it would be
he
the
for
Elite
sure, he for sure couldn't guard Edie.
Edie's nice, bro. I was
Yeah.
an Edie hater, but then I tuned in this year and he's put in a lot of work. You could tell. Like he moves
Yeah.
better, he's bigger, he's more skilled than he was.
They even try to push him out, and he just hits like the 8-footers, like the hooks. Like he can knock down. He's good. He's a really good. He's a really good passer out of the double teams now. Like these, it's hard to. I don't know what I would do to even begin to guard him.
Yeah. Do you think he's turning into a solid NBA career guy? Like maybe not a starter or anything like that, but just a 10-year guy?
I mean, the thing is, bro, is automatically everyone's gonna say, "Who does he guard?
Like
He can't guard the pick and roll. He can't do this,
Yeah.
do that." I mean, at some point in time, you have to look at who's gonna guard him. Like it doesn't always have to be like on the defense. Like it's like if you're in a fight, you're not just thinking about how am I gonna not get hit. Like you're thinking how am I gonna get a hit. So it's like I get it, I understand it. Like he's probably a liability in some defensive coverages, but a lot of it is like there's a lot of really bad defenders in the NBA. We just don't know about it because they're so talented offensively that they have to be on the floor. So you can scheme like a defensive coverage to like hide them.
Gotcha.
I don't
Like
think like I don't think Edie's that great to where like I'm gonna waste time weren't like hiding him on defense and switching before the ball screen comes, like stuff like that. So that's the big issue. Like a lot of that matters too. Is like you can hide people defensively, but are you worth hiding? Like are you really that great offensively? I think he can be, but also like you're not just gonna. There's not. He gets a Purdue is really well coached. They run a lot of good off-ball stuff. He gets a lot of screens, slips, and seals, but they don't really run a lot of off-ball stuff in the NBA. So it's kind of just high pick and roll. So I mean, he would just kind of short roll it, and then he really has to catch the ball in the paint, and no one's really going to throw the ball in the paint and play out of that. So it's tough. Could he be? Yes, but the way the game is today now, it'd be hard.
So you think he's probably more of a EuroLeague MVP contender type guy or something like that?
I mean, it just depends where route he wants to go. He can be in the NBA. Look at Boban. How long Boban was in the league? He can do that.
Very true. Boban was different though. He sold tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard one elite question. I heard it on Pardon My Take, so I guess I got to give him the credit for it. Who's the worst NBA player that you think could lead a 16 seed to a natty right now? I was thinking most of them.
Well, there's not a player in the NBA.
I mean, Thanasis isn't taking freaking James Madison to the natty.
So they're talking about just Sweet 16?
No, the natty or Final Four. Like is Austin? If you put Austin
like
Reeves on James Madison,
like the Sweet 16 teams to the Final Four?
No, all of like James Madison, like
like
a 16 seed in the tournament. So like a small, like in Oakland.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that everybody on an NBA roster now is better than 95% of all the dudes that were in the tournament.
But like, how many of them could lead a team to the Final Four? That's where it gets hard.
That's a wide, like, big question. I don't know.
Because you got your guys like if you throw Luka on UC Santa Barbara, I bet on them to win the natty.
Yeah.
But then Austin Reeves, probably not.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough for sure. I don't know. It's like a hard question to answer.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know. I even feel like Tobias Harris could lead a team to the natty. It's just like the way those guys play. I feel like most of them could turn into 40 a game guys. Reeves might be able to, honestly. He might just shoot the lights out of the place.
Yeah, it's also a different game. Like there's so much more space in the NBA. the lanes kind of packed in college. You play a little bit more aggressive help defense. We're not really at the NBA. You kind of don't want to help off anybody because you'll get hit for three. A lot of different defensive coverages in college as opposed to NBA. It's a completely different game. But as far as just putting the ball in basket and getting buckets, yeah, definitely.
How about who's the NBA player you would put on a UC Santa Barbara or a CSUB to win the Natty? If you only get one, so you could pick any of them. Who's the one that you feel like is the most guaranteed?
LeBron, 1000%.
Over the Joker right now? What does anyone do to the Joker in college?
Yeah, I just think I probably LeBron or Joker. They'd be like LeBron just obviously more athletic and he just can guard all 5 positions in college. Obviously he can in the league. He would just be tough. He's gonna get 10 assists. Yeah, he'd get everybody. So would Joker too. But I mean, for the style of play in college, I probably might go Joker.
I feel like Giannis kind of feeds into that perfectly too.
Yeah.
What does anyone do to Giannis out there?
Yeah, it's tough.
Luka. Oh, that would be so sick if they could just put an NBA player
Luka.
on. Does it guard enough?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Oh, what about your guy Shohei bringing the dirty laundry over to us in LA? I don't like that. Do you have any takes on the whole
Your
Shohei?
guy, your guy.
I mean, I think
Your guy.
I heard a good one from a coworker today. So his translator probably got in a little bit of debt and asked by a little bit, probably like a couple $100,000, so a little bit for Shohei. And he asked Shohei, "Hey, bro, can you help me out with this?" And Shohei probably said, "Yeah, but I can't be attached to it. Go pull out some money like in my account or something." Maybe he gave him a password, and then Ipe, his translator, started going. Or you think it was just all Shohei?
All Shohei. No bookie or bookkeeper is giving Shohei's translator that much line of credit. That's not how it works.
That's what
You're not giving him $3 million line of credit. It was 1,000. So look, here's the thing. The thing is this. It was 1,000% Shohei. I don't mind it. I don't care. I think I'm the same way at NFL, NBA, the UFC. You should be able to bet on your sport as long as it's not you. Now there is talks that he was betting on games that he pitched.
That would be nuts.
There is talk of that. It was for sure Shohei betting through that guy's name, 1,000%. But the bookkeeper knew that Shohei was involved, or it was Shohei's bets, because you don't get that much line of credit.
Yeah,
I didn't play Shohei for a gambler, bro. That's tough. I respect it.
Makes you mess with him a little bit more. Ohtani bets. We already got all the memes.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, there's no way he would bet on his own games because it's not like he needs money like that. He has to know he was going to be like. I get the gambling addiction, like my Jordan type.
Obviously, like he's an adult. He's not stupid. He knows, like. But I think in Japan, that's completely normal.
Oh, it could be. It could not, like, because they probably might bet with the Yakuza over there or something like that.
Like, obviously, I'm sure he knew, like, you can't do that in MLB, but to him, it's just like I'd always bet on myself when I pitch. Like, I'm not making excuses for him, but yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation. Be interesting to see where it goes from here. Do they kind of just sweep it under the rug? They 1,000% have to.
Yeah,
there's no way anything happens.
Yeah, it'd be like if it's like when Mahomes, if some scandal popped up with Mahomes, nothing's happening to him. There.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about because Dodgers can't afford another one of those. We thought we were set. We thought we had our ace with Trevor Bauer and some fake accusations take him down.
I feel bad for the translator. I'm sure they're going to take care of him the rest of his life. He's still going to get paid the same amount, if not more. But he kind of took the fall. But hey, good friend.
Yeah, I think he had. My first reaction was this dude took the fall, and then I started hearing theories about him taking money. But it's like, bro, Shohei's not going to allow money to get taken out of his account.
Yeah, and if that was the case, Shohei would have came out with a statement saying that.
Yeah, he did kind of like throw his translator under the bus in the press conference, but like he didn't want to say that. He could have
Yeah.
said something totally else. It's the translator's saying whatever. We don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, I agree.
He doesn't really even. I heard he doesn't even need a translator anymore. It's just like
No,
why
he
not?
doesn't. He
Yeah.
speaks English.
Just can't do it in public. That's just too funny.
Yeah.
All right, damn, 41 minutes, little throwback, almost
I
like an
know.
hour and a half type shit. You got any other closing words before we get out of here?
I don't. Everybody have a good weekend. Lock in UFC, March Madness. Be a great weekend. Happy spring break.
Yep, and gamble responsibly.
Yes, sir.
Deuces.